The internet can be a very divisive place. It's a place where not everyone agrees on the same issues all the time. But every once in a while, something or someone comes along that kind of unites the internet, or at least unites pockets of the internet. Usually that thing that comes along is a real showcase of how stupid and tone deaf someone can be to a situation. Today we're going to be talking about one such case. We're going to be talking about TikTok user StaySalty2290. Now before I start the video, I'd like to tell everyone and please take this seriously. Do not reach out to StaySalty2290 and harass them in any way. I'm just making commentary, making a couple jokes, laughing along about someone's brain dead take on TikTok. That does not mean you need to go harass them, all right? People are allowed to their stupid opinions. Anyways, that being said, we're gonna watch StaySalty2290, real name Chelsea, her video that pissed everyone off on TikTok. Let's go.
We booked a mountain vacation not knowing that a hurricane was going to come and destroy the little town that we're supposed to be going to, and we cannot be refunded. We are still expected to go on this trip, not knowing if there's damage to the property, not knowing if the place is even accessible, not knowing if surrounding events and attractions are going to be up and running. But let me tell you, if you've been following like I have, and I live in North Carolina, just the eastern part of it, then you know as well as I do, nothing's going to be open and running. I mean, even if it is, it's still not going to be the same. You pay X amount of dollars to go on a vacation with friends or with family. You expect.
So you guys heard it there. She lives in the area. She knows what's going on. She knows about the flooding. And if you guys aren't familiar, which I'm sure you guys are, North Carolina got hit with a really bad hurricane, Hurricane Helen, and it devastated the area. I have some friends who are from out there. I reached out to them. Thankfully they're okay, their family's okay, but they told me it was like something out of a fucking movie. It was horrific. People have died. People are worried because there's not enough funding to fix all the bullshit that has come along with this hurricane. So people are going through some real stuff, and this lady knows that. She lives nearby. It seems like her area was mostly unaffected from what I can see, but she's aware of the devastation, and yet she's sitting here complaining that she can't get a refund right this second from the company that she's supposed to go take a vacation for, like in that Airbnb property. Let's keep watching.
Expect to have a vacation, not try to figure out your way around barricades, not worrying about what's going to be open, what's not going to be open. I mean, hell, most of the time we're just going to worry about what's in our price range. And now we have a whole nother slew on our plate. I have spent the last hour this morning on the phone trying to figure out with Evolve, because we booked Airbnb, property management, Evolve. You know me, I don't like going through rental companies, and this is a prime example of why.
Okay, so I understand, right? Vacations are fucking expensive. I get it. Airbnb especially, man. Like, I've seen some screenshots where people get charged like the rental fee, and then they get charged a cleaning fee, and the cleaning fee is out, like it's pretty much as much as a fucking rental fee was for whatever amount of days they stayed there. So I get it, I understand, but again, there's bigger things at hand here. She's acting like she'll never get this money back, and they're screwing her over completely. If you're taking a vacation, I'm guessing this money was set aside for a vacation specifically. I'm guessing you would have to replan the vacation anyways, right? Because you can't go there, right? Because it's all messed up due to the natural disaster. So I'm guessing that this money, being that it's through Airbnb and they have a reputation to uphold, will get refunded back to you, even through this rental property, right? Because Airbnb wouldn't just let that shit slide. And yet, while people are posting on TikTok about their homes being flooded, about family members that they have not seen because they got swept away by the flooding, people have lost their lives to this, you're deciding to use your platform to bitch about this property management company that hasn't refunded you right this second when you're supposed to be on vacation. Which is, it's interesting because she does post an update to this, because a lot of people got really pissed off about this, but we'll get to that.
Because they're telling me that they have to first get in touch with the owner before they can make any executive decisions. Oh, I'm sorry, isn't that what the owner pays you for? To make executive decisions, especially if a natural disaster out of anybody's hands happens?
No, No. I work in flood response, emergency services for homes, right? Not this type of flood, not natural disaster floods. I respond when somebody's pipe burst and the plumbers get there to fix it and now their drywall is wet. I'm the guy who goes out, rips out the drywall, dries out the studs, does all that stuff. I work with a lot of property management companies. That is not their job to make executive decisions. Their job is to handle day-by-day stuff. Their job is to make sure the bookings are good. Their job is to make sure that the house is clean, that the outside services, the grounds work, the plumbing, for example, like all that stuff is up to date and is good. Take that off the owner's hand. Their job is not to tell the owner, oh hey, I know that you're supposed to be making money off of this rental, but there's a natural disaster, so you have to refund back these people their money, because that's not that property management's money. They get paid for a service. What baffles me is you then go into how you know about this industry. You own rental properties, which, by the way, if you own rental properties and you're making money, what are you bitching over $2,500 for a vacation for 6 people? You said you've got 6 people in your family. You're bitching over $2,500 on TikTok, ruining another company's reputation, mind you. But anyways, you're supposed to know. That's what you claim, that you know this industry. And yet you're sitting here saying that they're supposed to make executive decisions for the owner. No, they don't.
Not to make matters worse, how do we know that the owner doesn't live in the area and isn't stranded theirself? How do we know that the owner doesn't live out of state and doesn't even know what the fuck's going on?
Exactly. How do we know that? We don't, which is why we don't go on TikTok and drag their property management company through the mud, because you're throwing a tantrum that you haven't been immediately refunded.
How do we know that we're even going to hear from the owner? So I have 5 days to cancel this reservation and only get a partial refund.
So dispute it with them, get your partial refund back, then talk to your bank, then talk to the people that own the property, talk to the property management company and talk about it. Or the other route, don't dispute it, have all your paperwork ready and take them to court. There's proper avenues to go about this shit. But you got to realize it's a natural disaster. Obviously, you're not the I'm sorry, I'm gonna break it to you, Chelsea, I don't know, I don't care. You're not the only person that this has happened to. You're not the only person being affected by the hurricane, dog. So like, I'm sure I would be willing to bet my left foot on it. And now granted, I know the outcome of this. I obviously, you not being the only person affected by this means they have to roll out some sort of situation. You're not the only person that decided to rent this week in that area. The world does not revolve around you. So they have to roll something out for the people that are affected by this. The issue is, on the list of victims that are affected by this hurricane, renters who are from out of state that just want to come vacation, or even renters who are from in-state that just want to come vacation and hang out, and they're the ones affected by, oh my god, where's my refund? You're on the bottom fucking rung when there's people that have lost their homes, people that have lost family members, people that have lost their jobs, their way of life, people that can't eat, people that are stranded without electricity. You are on the bottom rung of that ladder. And to feel so entitled when you know all this stuff is going on and make a whole TikTok video about,
oh god, I don't understand. They should be refunding me right now.
You're so tone deaf. How can you be this tone deaf? These people are basically your neighbors.
A partial refund after a $2,500 trip for a week with my family of 6? Do not misunderstand me. I understand completely cancellation policies, house rules. I do this for a living.
You do this for a living. There it is. Again, you should know that they can't just pull a solution out of their ass without talking to the owner. I'm sure, Chelsea, that if you sat there and gave a property management company the keys to your house to do rental work and then something like this happened, you wouldn't want them making the decision on what happens to your money when people rent it and a natural disaster hits, because that's your money and it's your property, and those are not the services you hired them to do.
But when a natural disaster out of everybody's hands hits, I expect some sort of accommodation, some sort of communication, some sort of understanding. Not get in your car, drive 5 hours from Eastern North Carolina to go to your vacation rental. Mind you, my parents are coming from Western Tennessee.
I feel for your parents. I do. All right? I get it. I even feel for you to a certain degree. Again, $2,500 is no small amount, but it's also not like you didn't just bet your house on this, right? One of your many properties, right? Because you say you do this for a living. But the biggest thing is you're sitting there acting like they're making you drive there. Like they're sitting you down in a car and going like, well, you better get going, Chelsea, because you got to get to your vacation home. No, nobody is doing that. Nobody is telling you to go. They're just saying, hey, we don't really have an answer right now. We got to get back from the owner to know what to do in this situation. We're sorry. They probably don't know how to deal with this right now. And that's the crazy part is you're making yourself a victim for no reason. There's no reason for you to be making this video. This is stupid. You know. It's 2024. You know that this company is going to have to make it right. Otherwise, you're going to have a lawsuit. I understand if this is 6 months down the line, you have not heard back from this company. A year down the line, you have not heard back from the owner or the company or Airbnb or anybody getting back to you on where the hell your money went. But when a natural disaster just happens and there's people online that are posting about their dead family members, you should not be sitting here going,
man, I can't believe this hurricane cost me my vacation. Guys, don't you feel bad for me?
No, Chelsea, we don't.
To Eastern Tennessee. Well, if you don't know, you do now. The roads of I-40 are washed out at the state line. What's frustrating is that all they can tell me is, we understand your concern. Do you?
Yes, I'm sure they do. I'm sure they are also frustrated that they have all these properties that are flooded. I'm sure they're also frustrated that the company and the owners of these homes not only are dealing with property damage, but are also going to lose rental money. Yes, Chelsea, I'm sure they understand your concern and they have their own. And that's the thing, is they got back to you and they're like, we understand your concern. Like, I'm sure they told you something along the lines of, let us figure out what to do. We got to get a hold of the owners. And you're sitting there being like,
How outrageous. Give me my money right now.
And what I do not like about this particular realty company, Evolve, is not hands-on. They are remote. There is no office in Hendersonville. So you talk to robots, you talk to recordings, you're texting.
All right, she goes on something stupid about how they're a remote company. There's tons. Some of the most prolific property management companies in the U.S. are remote companies. So this is just a dumb moot point. We're not gonna get into this shit. This shit's dumb. We're gonna go to her update video now so that we can see what she had to say in regards to people's backlash over this. Actually, hold on. Before we even do that, we're gonna watch some people's backlash on this. So this is from Life Coach Sean on TikTok. Shonda I believe is her name.
Not knowing that a hurricane was going to come and destroy the little town that we're supposed to be going to, and we cannot be refunded. We are still expected to go on this trip.
I'm glad that with everything going on, you realized what's the number one priority. It's not the fact that people lost everything, that they are still looking for people. People are actually missing. People have no food, they have no shelter, they have no internet. I'm glad that you realize what's really important here. Who's going to call you back about that vacation? And are you being refunded? In moments like these, we need to stay focused. And all of our attention shouldn't be on those who are in need. It should be on you, because you planned this vacation and darn it, you deserve to take it. With all that being said, I get it. You probably go on one vacation a year, you save up your money, you're hoping that it's going to be perfect, a natural disaster hits, and your plans don't go according to plan. But there are people who are in worse shape than you. Now is the time to show some empathy for somebody who is struggling. These people lost everything, so many of them. But your vacation is ruined?
So yeah, everything that Life Coach Sean said rings true. There's people missing. There's people that died. There's people who lost everything. Whining about a vacation is stupid. It's just kind of echoing the same thing, you know, that I said earlier. But yeah, it's dumb. And you know, somebody made it a point over in the comments, and they were like, travel insurance ? It's true. Like, I get it. Nobody plans for natural disasters to happen. But as a consumer who knows that trips might go awry, you know, you might get delayed, whatever the case may be, travel insurance is a thing. So if you were really that desperate and worried about those $2,500 for your vacation, maybe you should have gotten travel insurance. Maybe you should cash out on that travel insurance so that you can get that back. All right, so this next video, also reacting to Chelsea's video, is from a creator called Wake Me When It's Over.
9 out of 10 times, your people aren't going to want to come to where a natural disaster hit.
Oh, girl, no. I know why you turned off your duets and stitches. I get $2,500 is a lot of money, but I mean, this is giving super apathetic when people literally lost their lives.
Yeah, I mean, great way to put it, straight to the point. you sound like an asshole. And that I think is the biggest thing here, right? So let's watch one more video about people's opinions on her, and then we'll move forward from this and into her update on the situation. This one is from Ash and Boneka.
Kane was going to come and destroy the little town that we're supposed to be going to, and we cannot be refunded.
Oh shit, that's so awful for you. Have you considered that maybe the reason why the property owner hasn't contacted you back is because maybe they died in the hurricane? Maybe they had family members die in the hurricane? This is definitely comparable to all the suffering and destruction that's currently going on. I really, really feel for you. My suggestion would be to maybe go to therapy and develop some empathy for other people before being concerned about whether or not your vacation is still a go. Ma'am, people died. They died.
So yeah, again, echoing the same thing. You sound like a jerk. You sound like someone who has no empathy for other people. You sound very apathetic. I love those words because, you know, very demure. but yeah, I don't know. Let's watch a dumb update on the situation, which is just gonna infuriate you more because you'll see.
Well, it's been brought to my attention that my last post about canceling our mountain vacation has struck a few nerves, okay? Because I strictly made a post about booking the vacation, canceling the vacation, and wanting to be refunded for the vacation because the natural disaster struck. Am I aware that people have lost their lives? Absolutely. Am I aware that roads are washed away, there's no gas, there's barely food, there's a lot of devastation, and that people are still looking for friends and family members? Absolutely. Does that
Okay. You know what? Now I'm gonna let her keep burying herself. Hold on.
break my heart? It sure does. I live in a coastal town. We deal with hurricanes yearly. My post was basically stating that the remote realty company handling the Airbnb for whoever the owner is needs to be able to make these executive decisions and cancel all reservations in surrounding devastated areas.
But that's not the tone you took with your video. That was such a small subsection of your video about how frustrated you were that they did not have remote access to give everyone refunds back. Like, I get it. That was the overall idea behind your video, but your attitude and your delivery in making this video was so much about
I am outraged. Oh my god.
like, you sound like such a fucking Karen, bro. Like, you need to understand that when there is a bigger issue going on, your little stupid small potatoes issue like this, nobody gives a shit. And the people that do give a shit are gonna give a shit for the wrong reason, because you're using this platform where people are trying to get voices out for, hey, we need donations, hey, people are dying, hey, we have no money, no food. And you're like, yeah, let me post my little video about how
Why have I not heard back about my refund? I can't believe it. Oh my god.
shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ. All right, and just wait. Again, it just gets more infuriating.
I am not an insensitive person. I'm actually a very caring person, and that's why.
Nobody that's a caring person has to talk about how much of a caring person they are. And then she goes on to say, well, let's just listen. God, I'm just mad. I'm just mad at this point.
I found a displaced family, and I'm letting them stay in one of my Airbnbs for an entire week for nothing.
Even the way she says that, it sounds like she's taking in a stray cat.
I took in a displaced family into one of my Airbnbs, and they're staying for a whole week, baby. 1 whole week. For free.
Like, dude, like, come on, bro. I mean, I get it. Like, it was a nice thing, whatever. I'm not gonna shit on you for that. I just already don't like you because of your the tone of your earlier video and the attitude that you're bringing. Like, you're like so surprised that people. Well, I can't believe they didn't agree with my take.
Also, for anybody dealing with a similar situation that has booked a property through Airbnb or VRBO, they have policies in place right now to fully refund everybody involved, even if the host does not agree.
Boom, right there. So there was a way to fix it. That's great, Chelsea. So happy for you. I really am. That's great. It's great that you were able to fix it. But you see why people were so mad about you making this such a big issue for no reason? You realize why people are seeing this now, and they're like, You victimized yourself due to this hurricane. You sat here and wanted to get on this wave of, well, everyone's making videos about how much they've been affected by this hurricane, so let me make one, because my vacation was ruined. And when you realize that people were like, yeah, Chelsea, we don't give a shit about your issue because my family member died and I can't bring them back, but Airbnb can refund you. And they probably would have anyways. It's not like your video made them change that policy, right? You didn't dig enough for that policy, or hold on, here's the best part. Maybe you just weren't patient enough for them to roll out the policy yet, because again, as I stated earlier, you're not the only person affected by this. There's other renters that have dealt with this. So I just don't understand. I don't understand, Chelsea. I don't. Do better.
Okay, so keep that in mind. We are not the only people dealing with this. We are completely aware of the devastation and everything that's going on, and our hearts truly are broken for this situation.
Okay, so she said it herself. They're very aware of the situation. Their hearts are broken about it, but they still wasted the time and wasted everyone's time using the hashtags about the hurricane and all that stuff to be like,
Look, I'm a victim too.
It's so stupid. Anyways, I'm gonna tell you why I'm so riled up, because you might be looking at me right now and going, Carlos, like, we get it, bro. I get it. She kind of sucks, but is it really worth getting that riled up? Well, here's the thing. People obviously just don't like her anymore due to this video, and she seemed like she was getting okay views for a long time before this, like, you know, a couple thousand views per video, nothing insane. I think her biggest ones were like 24k, 90k, you know, pretty decent views, nothing insane. But after this, she kind of blew up. Obviously, everyone wants to see what else she's got to say about it. And she started posting these like almost petty like little jabs at the people that didn't like her on social media. So like I'll play one real quick. It's very cringe, very like cringe, you know, like Sigma Alpha,
The truth will set you free
type post. Hold on. I probably have to mute that due to copyright. I'm probably gonna have to mute most of these due to copyright, but I promise you it's like the cringiest fucking music in the background. And then she posted another couple ones like this one. Also this. And so you can imagine, it just left the worst taste in people's mouth. It's annoying. It comes off even more tone deaf as like, oh, you know, if I had a take that stupid on the internet and I felt that like much hate coming my way because I realized, well, first of all, I think I'm smart enough to realize that I'm not beyond having bad takes. Like, everybody can have a bad take. That's the thing. I get it, okay? I get it. You were emotional. You had a stupid take. You said something dumb. You made it a bigger deal. And then when people didn't agree with you, you turned off all the comments, the abilities to stitch and duet your stuff because you didn't want to deal with it. And I get that. But I think most people would understand that they had a bad take, reflect on it, and be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to take a break, or I'm going to actually apologize. There was no apology here. All you said was,
I'm sorry that I offended you guys, and it's not what I meant, and if you guys knew what I meant, you would totally understand. But anyways, I'm a good person, and yeah, that's it. Goodbye.
And then you sit here and post like passive aggressive shit because people don't like you. This is your fault. Anyways, I'm getting worked up. My blood pressure's getting high and this is stupid. I don't want to talk about Chelsea anymore. Stay salty. 2290. I hope you stay salty and I hope you stay the fuck off the internet. Anyways, my name is Carlos. If you guys like this style of talking head commentary video, please hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button. Let me know down in the comments and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.